Welcome to Beacon of Creation, a weekly podcast on game design through the lens of Magic the Gathering. I'm Tim.
And I'm Khord.
This week we're projecting a little far ahead. We're projecting maybe like 6 months into Magic's future, but we're doing so because of a cool Magic story that just dropped this week, where we have a little Strixhaven preview episodes, like a little student journalist goes on an adventure. But who do they go on an adventure with but Professor Zarek of Ral Zarek fame? And he is Orzhov now. He is Silverquill, black-white, which is not the red-blue, normal, otter sort of guy that we're used to.
Yeah.
And you were immediately firing off alternate versions of Tomic in the Discord to go along with this.
Well, clearly, if Ral is a law mage, his husband is going to be a wielder of lightning.
Okay. In this story, we get mentions of Goldmane, of Ravnica, so somehow this alternate Zarek exists in the world or recently came into it. It seems to... He doesn't have any indication that he is new. Like, he's not like, oh, I'm confused. Oh, I don't remember where I came from. There's none of that. He's still sort of this cocky, kind of jerky dude, which is true to Ral Zarek. But he seems to have a coherent backstory to himself, or at least what he explains is coherent.
We're not so much seeing an alternate Ral Zarek in our world right now, but we're seeing an alternate world with Ral Zarek in there. And this is the Ral Zarek in that world, where everything is slightly color twisted, maybe.
Yeah. It could be that this is like an entirely separate world that is then going to get smushed over, or it's going to leak between itself. There are 100 of these worlds. The kind of overall story thing that this is building off of is that Jace, at some point, at the end of the Dragonstorm story, took control of the meditation realm. He's got this master plan. He's got loot with him. He's going to undo the Phyrexians. He's going to undo all the problems of the world. And he's gone kind of mad genius scientist mode, where everyone's sort of doubting what he's capable of or like what his true plan is. Even Vraska is a little concerned with what's going on. We don't have all the connections yet, but this was enough as custom Magic designers for us to pop off and just start, brainstorming all different kind of alternate card ideas. I'm calling this Fractured Planeswalkers. I don't know what they'll actually be called when we get that set in the end of the year.
So at the end of Lorwyn Eclipsed, Liliana is in her office all alone. She's sent Tam away and is just kind of thinking when someone knocks on her door, and she's assuming maybe it's someone else, maybe one of her peers or a Johnny, but the knock doesn't sound like them. And so she goes and opens the door and sees herself, except dressed in all white.
I think this little paragraph here, I might read this, because this is conveying the Liliana-ness of this other Liliana. She was tall, with broad shoulders and a figure accentuated by the tight fabric of her tailored white gown and corset. Her black hair fell around her shoulders in loose waves, too perfect to be anything but calculated, and she was smiling a warm, almost sisterly smile.
So,
worse yet, she was doing it with Liliana's own lips. So this is a copy of Liliana, but and maybe conceited, but in a mono white way instead of a mono black way.
Yeah, which, there could be any number of reasons that happened. Maybe, it is a weird alternate timeline thing where she didn't kill her brother and bring him back as a lich, or who knows? Maybe it's just the things she did are ever so slightly different, and she's now aligned with white mana, or maybe it's white mana works differently and is more aligned with Liliana.
Yeah, I think part of that is something I want to capitalize on this episode, which is how do we design a new character or an existing character for new colors, but retaining some kernel of their personality? I think it would be maybe a mistake to make like the super selfless Liliana that is just like a happy little friend. Like, this is clearly Liliana, but just in white with white mana. She's still conceited. She still loves to be perfect. She loves to control her face, her mood, her everything else, but just has a different power set.
All right. So do we want to start with some short ideas of planeswalkers or characters we might want to take a look at, and then I don't know, go into detail on one of them?
Yeah. We might try to do maybe a couple planeswalkers here, but it's not a little less about like our live design sort of thing, and a little bit more exploring how do you actually do this? How do you successfully make an alternate version of a character? And maybe even another part to that we can keep in mind is planar chaos, where the last time, so planar chaos was like, let's have a bunch of color pie bending cards to show how the color pie could have been different. And I think the kind of refrain from Mark Rosewater in his blog and everywhere else is like, we don't totally love that approach in retrospect of mutating with the color pie, because it turns out that we can't contain those designs once they've been designed. Maybe the most famous one is Harmonize, which is 2 green to draw 3 cards, just done. And that's been reprinted a million times and was a desirable card in early Commander days before power crept in. But they don't want to like make a bunch of stuff that is outside of Color Pie, because that stuff will just exist in the game. They want to do things in Color Pie. And they want to have, if they did this kind of alternate world idea again, they want to make sure that they're not bending Magic's sort of structure in order to do it. We're not trying to make a white card that does all the Liliana things. We're trying to take Liliana's attitude and say, how can we express that with a white card?
Let me take a look at some Lilianas.
Yeah.
What makes something a Liliana?
I guess the number one thread for me for Liliana is making people sacrifice creatures, like the Liliana of the Veil, target player sacrifices a creature, Liliana Dreadhorde General. I think those are probably the 2 main Lilianas. But anyhow, Dreadhorde General makes each player sacrifice 2 creatures. So one twist that we could do is, what is the minus on like a white Liliana that is the opposite of sacrificing, or white's version of sacrifice?
I can think of kind of like 2 things. One would be sacrifice and they get something back. White has those destroy their creature for cheap, but they get a decent creature in return. The other thought would be an O-ring style effect.
Okay.
Where it's, exile a creature until Liliana leaves the battlefield.
Yeah, that'd be some cool tech on a Planeswalker. O-ring on a Planeswalker makes it extra swingy whether or not you can protect that Planeswalker. That makes sense. What about like everybody returns a creature?
Ooh, bounce.
Or everyone returns a small creature, like a mana value 3 or less.
Like reanimate? Group reanimate?
Yeah. Instead of everyone sacrifice a creature, everyone brings back a little guy, and you have thought of some way to break that symmetry.
Yeah, they're bringing back an elf, and you're bringing back a creature with a really good ETB, right?
Yeah.
That you maybe even have another way to sacrifice or something.
Yeah, or I guess sometimes we've seen like the white wraths where like you pick a thing for each player and then everything else goes away. So you pick your creature that comes back, you pick their creature that comes back, and then both come back, and you've picked a much better thing for yourself than your opponent gets.
You have a fun ultimate. So this would be an interesting package where the plus ability exiles things from their graveyard, so they don't have them anymore. The minus group reanimates, and so if they don't have anything in their graveyard, you're the only one getting something back.
Yeah, so you're breaking symmetry by maybe knocking down 1 or 2 of their best targets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your thought of an ability of bringing creatures back is kind of the other thing I think about Liliana doing, which is reanimating a bunch of things, right?
Rise of the Dead Realms or whatever.
You've got, Liliana the Necromancer, which has a rebuy and then a reanimate. Not the original Liliana Vess, which has -8, which reanimates everything.
Yeah, Death's Majesty, which returns a thing to the battlefield and makes it a zombie. Yeah. That might be the main nugget for Liliana, is bringing something back, and that actually translates reasonably to white, which is what we're hoping for, right? Like that's the kind of thing that we're trying to do with this exercise, is like, what's a thing that you've seen on enough Liliana spells that you're used to it, so that when you see the alternate version, I think the risk would be you'd see the alternate version and it's like not related enough, and you just say, "Oh, this is just a white card. Who cares?" Like we want to make sure there's some nugget in there that is, reminds you enough of other versions of that character.
It would be very strange to do a take on Liliana of the Dark Realms, which was
Oh,
a Swamps Matter Liliana.
yeah, that would be funny. Planes matter.
Yeah.
Is there an equivalent of like a original Liliana? I guess this may be another structural thing. Maybe we just do all the original Lorwyn 5 or some variation of that. Where
Yeah, do you do
okay,
the Lorwyn 5? Do you maybe do
yeah,
the 5 that we just saw in Foundations?
yeah, that would be the other one. Because I think the Lorwyn 5 would be a little tricky because one of those is Jace, and I think they probably have something else cooking for Jace. Would be my guess.
Yeah.
I think they probably have a vision for what they want Jace to do. Colorless Jace, 5-color Jace, something like that. Liliana has a lot of discard effects. I mean, we're talking Lorwyn 5, but like Liliana Vest made players discard a card. If you had everyone draw a card, that is now
Yeah.
a white thing to do, but was on the original Jace.
It was on the
So,
original Jace, yeah.
yeah. But it would be kind of funny to put on a white
On a white
Planeswalker.
Liliana.
Yeah. Yeah. It would like be, even if you don't think of that fully as a Liliana ability, it would still give you the color shift vibe.
Do you think a white Liliana could still make zombie tokens?
Is White Liliana still a little necromancy-ish? Or is White Liliana like holy, you resurrect who you are? Like,
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think the zombie, I guess we had like the Amonkhet white zombies, but that isn't fully Liliana to me. I don't know. Maybe you just put zombie on there because we wanted to hammer home the Liliana-ness.
The Liliana-ness. But, maybe a white Liliana is more interested in, her students or, the nobility that she grew up in, right? And and you're getting like soldiers or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe same size as the two black zombies she makes, right? If we're doing a full mirror of her foundations card,
okay.
her plus would make a 2/2 soldier. Her minus would
bring some stuff back. Yeah.
Bring 2 creatures back, and then the minus, the big minus could maybe be the same or slightly
each
different.
Opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifices the rest. That also could be a white card, yeah.
That could almost be a white card. And then the static ability, I think, you could maybe have it be an ETB instead of a dies trigger.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about our sort of Liliana ideas there. I had kind of a quick hit here of like, what if you rotated that Lorwyn 5? So you imagine where black is on the color wheel. You notch back 2 from black to white. What if we notched everyone back 2? So next would be going from red to blue with Chandra. What is blue Chandra?
Oh.
Sad Chandra? I don't know. She's still emotional, but she's just crying and pushing everyone away, blue style, and summoning things.
The thing is, blue is not like sad Chandra would still, I think, be red. Right? Because red's emotion, right?
Sure.
I would potentially say like very under control, not emotional Chandra. Maybe consulate Chandra, almost.
Law officer Chandra, kind of.
Officer Chandra.
Yeah. I guess we just had the icy, what are the Rhymekin from Lorwyn Eclipsed.
Yeah.
We're maybe doing the exact same move if we make her like an ice wizard. It feels like Chandra has to be watery for her to be opposite to me. Because water, fire, that feels like the most opposite you can get. But I guess water is kind of hard to do mechanically, so I'm not quite sure.
You could do... I mean, my brain goes to like tapping down, maybe, as kind of like a law.
I kind of want to get like a number in there, though.
Chandra's big thing is mana and damage. When I think of Chandra, it's like she can cast fire spells, which is damage, and She can cast big fire, so she adds mana. Right. That's the thing most Chandras do is damage and mana.
Kaladesh, Chandra, yeah. Well, Impulse Draw, that's another thing for
Impulse
Chandra.
draw. That's true.
Adding mana, dealing damage. The can't be countered one like has that cool emblem where people take damage every turn. And she, board wipes. What other ones are big?
I always love the rare Chandra from M20.
Okay. It cares about elementals one or no, it cares about Chandra's one.
Cares about red planeswalkers one.
Yeah. Put a loyalty counter on each red planeswalker you control as a 0. That's funny.
Yeah. Taking a look at the original Chandra, it's just damage to a player, X damage to a creature, 10 damage to target player and each creature they control.
Oh, okay.
So that's just full damage.
Wow, that is like shockingly straightforward.
I don't think it actually. Well, if you -2, it can shock.
Fair enough.
And then the Foundation's Chandra is add 3 red, and impulse one of the top 3. Make a temporary copy of a creature you control, and then deal damage divided as you choose. So that's kind of the things we all said. So damage, impulse draw, and I guess temporary tokens. So what I mean, the impulse draw would be very easy to turn to
looting
just draw for blue.
Yeah.
Temporary tokens, the blue equivalent of that is making copies of things.
You can make copies, yeah. I think the Water Shaper Chandra, maybe there's something there.
Water Shaper. Blue does occasionally add mana that can only be used for abilities. That might be interesting. There's not a good equivalent, I think, for damage. But if we...
Yeah, it's like milling or minus power.
Oh, milling might be interesting.
I was sort of thinking, what if you had something like milling? Because then you could have different numbers on the card, like different amounts of milling for different
abilities.
I don't know what the base ability is, but let's say it's some plus target its controller mills 3 cards. Some minus its controller mills 5 cards. Some ultimate its controller, that player mills 20 cards or whatever.
If we wanted to mirror Chandra Nalar, it'd be like +1 tap target creature. Its controller mills 2 cards.
Yeah.
-X. Its controller mills 3 times X cards. -8. Return all creatures to their its opponent to target player's hand.
Shuffle them all into the owner's library.
Or shuffle. That would be fun. That's a good for the minus a big one. Yeah. Shuffle all your creatures back and mill cards equal to the number of creatures milled this way. Yeah.
Or they put them on the top or bottom. I guess that's probably too many words to fit on a card, but that would be the true I'm torturing you sort of move.
So I guess
you put them on the bottom and hope to draw them, or put them on top and never see them again.
I mean, mill is always kind of a little bit of like madness or mind blanking type stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe Chandra becomes some kind of mind mage.
I think you just use the water graphics and then just say it's milling, even though that's normally mind stuff. I don't know, because I think making her a mind mage turns her into
Jace.
Jace, yeah. Whereas just like using just ungodly amounts of water or whatever.
She's washing away.
Yeah. She's obliterating everything you have just by overwhelming you with a gust of water or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe you could have like a bounce effect, bounce and however big the thing maybe a -3, bounce a permanent and then its owner mills cards equal to its beta value or something.
Yeah. I can see that.
Or a -X where they, you hit something X or less and then they mill something. Yeah. All right. So we got Water Master Chandra. You could do that. I think your Law Mage idea is also a good character idea. Like if we wanted to go from red to double enemy to blue-white, then Consulate Chandra would be pretty sick as well. All right, next on my little cooked up rotation here is taking green and moving to black. So original would be Garrick. Modern day would probably be Nissa.
The Foundations one is actually Vivian Reed.
Oh, Vivian Reed. Yeah, there you go. We could have mono black Vivian Reed. That would be sick too.
Yeah, the Foundations 5 are a Johnny, Chandra, Kaito, Liliana, and Vivian Reed.
There have been 7 Vivian cards. Damn.
Yeah. She keeps popping up in places I don't expect her.
Yeah. She had sort of like a emotionless quality in the Ikoria story.
Yeah, well, so what happened with Vivian is that her plane got destroyed by Bolus,
mm-hmm.
and basically everyone on her plane came together, even though they were like in the past in like a big war with each other, and they made Vivian a bow that could hopefully defeat Bolus. And then she never used it to defeat Bolus. And someone else defeated Bolus.
Yeah.
Maybe she now knows that Bolus is not defeated, and maybe she'll get her chance again.
Yeah, she has to hunt down. She's the black.
Maybe
Black Vivian against Selesnya Bolus, right? That was your idea.
Yeah, Vivian Reed, Dragon Hunter.
Yeah, there you go. Dragon Killer.
Dragon Slayer. Yeah.
Yeah. Her abilities are just always to me a random assortment of green effects. I don't know if I know. I guess there are a decent number of them that give counters, +1/+1 counters. She can often like destroy artifacts or whatever. I don't know what her common thread is.
Her common thread is kind of supposed to be creatures.
Yeah. She does care about creatures, that's true.
Kind of also green's common thread, so that's why she kind of gets whatever green gets.
I think I've only really cast a couple of these more than once in my life. Like the Spark one I've cast a couple times. Is that the original one? The one that's in Foundations, at least.
The Foundations one would be, I believe that's her. Let's see. So that was the 2019 one. I was looking at the 2019 one from the Planeswalker deck. Vivian of the Arcbow
one. Yeah.
Planeswalker decks. Why weren't you good?
She's a big enough character that she has a trashy, bad copy of her as well that they didn't try out. You've truly made it as a Planeswalker when there's like a Planeswalker deck version.
Well, that was from the first set she appeared in.
Oh, that's even weirder.
They made all the Planeswalkers in M19 were supposed to be Planeswalkers with ties to Bolus.
Oh.
And they didn't have a green Planeswalker with a tie to Bolus, so they made Vivian.
Oh, okay. Her bow is cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so Black Vivian... You can still be a hunter.
Definitely can still be a hunter.
I want this, like, handout plus counters to be handout minus counters. That would be fresh as hell.
Minus counters. I could still see her having a destroy target creature with flying.
Destroy target creature with a counter on it. Something like that.
Yeah, with a counter on it or flying.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you do like a no ultimate setup.
Yeah, she has that in a couple of actually her designs. The Streets of New Capenna one, the Ikoria one, the War of the Spark one, all don't really have ultimates.
Yeah. Yeah, and then so maybe you do top line. So a lot of hers are just like seek a creature, look for a creature to play. Is a lot of her abilities. So you have like the plus. That's like the thing that we've seen now, of like mill a couple cards and then bring a creature back. And then you have a minus that's like spray out a couple -1/-1 counters, and then you have a bigger minus that is like destroy a thing with flying or a thing with a counter on it or a blah 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 or a blah blah blah.
Do you think they would do -1/-1 counters in a Planeswalker set though?
Oh.
This was theoretically in Reality Fracture with a bunch of color shifted Planeswalkers. They might do it on a one-off design.
I'm thinking big. Yeah. They said it was impossible to have -1/-1 counters in lower one. Guess what? We're doing it twice in 1 year. Reality Fracture, also a -1/-1 counter set.
I mean, they did also have -1/-1 counters like as a one-off in Murders at Karlov Manor. If she's a mythic or a rare, even I could see it happening.
Yeah, yeah. I think -1/-1 counters though also kind of conveys alternateness.
Yeah,
It's like sort of unmagicy to use. And they just decided let's do it twice in a year. I don't know. All right, let's continue our little color wheel thing. Unless you got more on Vivian.
no.
We're gonna take white and we're gonna move it backwards to red. Red Ajani. We've seen a little red Ajani already. His brother died, but we could go mono red Ajani. The other one that I thought would be kind of cool would be Gideon. What if we got the red Gideon instead of the white Gideon?
Maybe Gideon didn't die in this world.
Gideon, I think either white Gideon or red Gideon would give his life to save Liliana. I think that's true no matter what color he is. So I think that you still have a nugget to the character of the selfless hero. He's not selfless because it's right. He's selfless because he feels like doing it.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you want a Johnny or do you want
my brain is coming up with more ideas for Gideon right now. I think I could see lots of like the temporary aspect feeding into that a lot. Like, what if we had a planeswalker with dash? That's the one that returns it back to your hand.
Ooh. Yeah, because that's still like the core thing about Gideon card designs is like how do we turn into a creature and still remain compatible with the flow of the game of Magic? So like I think it was what was the one Gatecrash? The Gatecrash Gideon has like a 5-line tiny type clause in the middle of it because it just needs to explain like until end of turn, Gideon becomes a human soldier, blah blah blah, with power toughness on him and gains indestructible. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to him. He's still a planeswalker. With dash, you have a little bit less of an issue because it's not there on the defensive side. Like you get to dash in. If you get damaged, guess what? That's cool. You're red. You expected you might take some damage. I like that. Dashing Gideon. Plus he's more dashing now that he's a little bit of
dashing.
A
dashing red Gideon. Otherwise I could see he's gonna lose some of his like more protective parts.
Yeah.
Damage redirection.
Interesting.
To him, maybe. You know, the Amonkhet Gideon, until your next turn, prevent all damage target permanent would deal. May change that to redirect that damage to Gideon or maybe you.
I can even still see him being kind of a commander where he's like double all damage that creature would deal if you control it, you know, or redirect it, blah blah blah. Like, hey, you get in there. Like he dies protecting Liliana. I think that still red can still sacrifice things in a way that is wholesome in some cases, but you know is whatever in other cases where like flaying or something like that might still like a sacrifice that protects someone or something like that. Yeah. Next time target creature dies this turn, fling it.
The other thing I can see red sacrificing for is a Chaos Warp type effect. You know, so maybe it's sacrificed, but it is changed in some way.
I guess original Gideon like blew up tapped creatures. You could try to Chaos Warp a tapped creature, something like that. Chaos Warp's hard to get on a Planeswalker, but hey, I mean Gideon's done it before. He's gotten 5-liners on his cards.
During target opponent's next turn, creatures that player control attack Gideon Jura if able. Goad.
Yeah.
Goad is very much a way to do that protection in red.
This is easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I was coming home brainstorming this episode. We talked about it the day before. I'm like, oh man, this is going to be hard to come up with ideas. Because we're not actually designing a finished card, it's just kind of rules. Like we're just spitting out like fucking sick ideas.
Ooh, what if he can dash? What if he can goad? What if he can Chaos Warp? And then when the time comes that we need to put it all on a card, we're like, oh no.
The reckoning of we only get 30 words.
This is a 20-line card.
All right, and the final one for my little rotation here is we need to take blue and rotate it back to green. Blue, like we said, Jace probably has some other stuff cooking for him, so some other ones might be Kaito, Narset. I don't know if there are other blue planeswalkers you think of.
Uh,
Tezzeret.
well, Tezzeret is colorless
Tezzeret
now.
would be insane to turn green.
Tezzeret is colorless now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. He went Magneto mode. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Completely nonsensical planeswalker that came into my mind was Vronos,
Oh, the
who is a
hunted
blue
guy.
planeswalker.
Yeah. Teferi? Green
Teferi,
Teferi?
who is also not a planeswalker anymore.
Oh,
Same with
okay.
Narset.
Well, I guess Liliana is the same
But
thing.
neither is
Liliana's not a
Liliana, so
planeswalker.
we
Yeah.
have plenty of option.
In their alternate universe, sparks were never destroyed.
Yeah.
I
Or
don't know.
maybe
I just used the magic wand. Yeah.
some of the people whose sparks were destroyed didn't get destroyed.
Yeah.
Different people got their sparks. Well, actually, the sparks weren't destroyed. They went somewhere because you can't destroy a planeswalker spark. My actually brain popping in
Yeah.
here for like
That's an exercise to the listener if they need to go deep on the current state of Spark lore.
yes. If you would like to talk to me about
You're open.
the current Magic the Gathering lore, you can find me at Khord22 on Discord or Khord22 basically anywhere on the internet.
I do need to someday see if we could maybe get a Vorthos cast crossover because I feel like they would have a lot of answers that I just don't have in my head. So Teferi felt kind of green when I said that out loud. That felt pretty good. Mu Yanling is very flying based, so twisting that feels a little awkward.
Kaito, a green ninja.
Oh, there you go. You need slippery, tricky evasiveness.
Green hexproof. I mean, green can bounce stuff back to its hand. We have green cards with ninjutsu and sneak and web slinging. Kaito has been blue primary with black secondary.
I think of him as being a full-time two-color planeswalker. They gave him a foundation monocolor card, but that feels like an aberration more than his character.
Yeah, that is true.
Not to say we can't do Kaito.
Oh, Nico. Well, Nico's blue-white, and also not a planeswalker anymore, I believe.
Let's grab Nico in a sec. Let's try to get one of these like kind of blue, like more straight bluish sort of cards.
Well, I always think of Teferi as blue-white, but I guess there's a good number of mono blue Teferis, right?
Yeah, I remember seeing him first as with a mono blue planeswalker. But you're right, he's probably half and half.
There are 4 mono blue Teferis and 4 blue-white Teferis, so it's about 50-50.
Oh, okay. All right.
Though the mono blue Teferis are core set, commander deck, and bro, which was a very low multicolor set because of the whole very colorless nature of that set.
I think I agree. Like, unless we say Tezzeret or something, most of these don't have quite as strong a hook, or maybe I just have to look harder to find that hook. Timio is sometimes kind of blue. Teferi loves drawing cards more than anything else.
Will.
Yeah, Will and Rowan. Yep. Well, King Will now.
King Will. Kiora.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at ones that I just had the like list of mono blue planeswalker cards and just kind of going by that. Like there are 3 Moos. I don't know that anyone plays with Mu Yanling.
Mu Yanling. I mean, it would be interesting for her to have her time in the sun.
Yeah, I guess the thing that seems tricky is you need there to be like a famous enough card that when you twist it, like we were talking about with Liliana, that people have a chance of recognizing what it's a twist of. So part of it is maybe sort of the fame of the card more so than the character.
This is we were just talking about how easy this was feeling.
Yeah, it doomed us.
Blue to green is a hard twist.
It's hard to combine blue and green. It's just a tale as old as time.
I know, we should do blue-green ramp again.
What if we do, I think I'm feeling, I know you sort of forbade it in the beginning, but I think Tezzeret is the one that has the strongest identity.
Yeah, Tezzeret might be it. Maybe
There might be a colorless Tezzeret now, but the
But
alternate
Tezzeret
Tezzeret
was
might be
blue.
twisted of his old version. Yeah.
So Tezzeret the Seeker is the oldest. Yeah, Alara. Untap. That doesn't even need to change. Untap 2 to change it to creatures, maybe? Untap 2 target creatures. Search your library for a creature card with mana value X. And then creatures you control get bigger. Or set their power and toughness. Those could all be green abilities if you just changed it from artifacts to creatures.
What if we somehow like keep the artifact thread but make it green?
Oh,
about artifact creatures, because like animating artifacts into creatures.
Vehicles?
All right.
That's. I mean, you have all the spacecraft kicking around from EOE.
All right.
I mean, like Tezzeret very much has like done a lot of setting power and toughness of artifacts. It becomes a 5/5 creature, becomes a 4/4.
What about like a untap up to 2 target creatures? They become artifacts, something like that. So you have the creature part, but you're also seeding some artifactiness into the card, and then the other parts like maybe deal with artifacts. I guess Tezzeret the Seeker is mostly famous because he lets you just tutor for an artifact, which might be like a game-ending play, which is kind of like it is a green effect to tutor a creature into play.
I think there's like 5 or 6 now with the X cost green or X cost green. Is there a more famous Tezzeret than Tezzeret the Seeker, do we think? Agent of Bolas?
It's certainly the most expensive one, unless Cruel Captains had pulled ahead. No. I feel like the original blue-black one I saw get played back in the day.
The Schemer?
Agent of Bolas. Yeah.
Agent of Bolas feels iconic to me.
I cannot have told you that was a Mirrodin Besieged.
They said that one feels iconic to me.
I think the other thing that helps us with Tezzeret is that you just have like a cool nature arm instead of a cool artifact arm. Yeah, so like visually you've already got an A+ hook.
Yeah, you've got like I could see either a wooden arm or like a flesh arm.
Yeah, either way, sick as hell. Like if it was a bone arm with like a little bit of flesh on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the middle of regenerating. Yeah.
Mid-regeneration.
Sick as hell.
Tezzeret like flesh twister or something like that.
Yeah. Well, there's Tezzeret Betrayer of Flesh. So
Betrayer. Yeah, there we go.
Tezzeret Helper of Flesh.
I mean, let's look at that one. First activated ability costs 2 less. Draw 2, then discard 2 unless you discard an artifact. Target artifact becomes an artifact creature and becomes a 4/4 if it's not a vehicle. Mm-hmm. And whenever an artifact you control becomes tapped, draw a card. Could see cost reduction on creature abilities. Still blue.
Yeah, it could be green too. I don't know.
Could be green. I don't know if we've seen it in colorless, so with like Hearthstone.
Yeah, I think green making creatures better at their job doesn't feel too far out.
I don't see the loot really, but I could maybe see like a mill and grab one for a plus. Maybe. It might be too good for green to get a card every turn.
I guess the thing that related to the other Bolas that we talked about, or sorry, the other Tez that we talked about, is like we've seen the green effect of like discard a creature card, go get a different creature. Mm-hmm. Has proven to be like a greenish ability. There's like one of new Lorwyn too. But I guess what I'm trying to connect is like what will make it feel Tezzeret-y and not just green? Because I think we have a bunch of cool abilities and the visual hook I'm 3,000% sold on. But
I think the through line is like animating artifacts very much, things, or like setting power and toughness to something.
Maybe if it could like animate, could green animate artifacts first of all?
Yeah, green can animate artifacts. That happened in Bro.
So what if you animate artifacts or lands?
Ooh, there you go. Artifacts or lands feels very fitting.
Because then we have the Tezness, and then we also have the greenness fused. Perfect. Boom.
perfect in that wood arm world.
Yeah. And so we need something a little tricky, either card advantage or some untap or something else. For like a
Yeah.
plus, maybe.
Untap for a plus. And then like a big ultimate could be. Oh, I feel like now we're just kind of designing a Nissa.
Maybe, well, I'm going to keep the artifact through line because I'm going to say untap up to one target land and up to one target artifact and up to one target creature or something like that.
Ooh.
Where it's like if you have a variety of things, if you do have artifacts, or maybe just a creature and an artifact, something like that, then you have the thread of like artifactiness is still part of what he does. What artifacts does he care about? I'm not really sure. We would need extra flavor to figure out what green artifacts he cares about. But by saying like, hey, some of this and some of that, maybe that's a way that you keep the bridge open.
Put a counter on a creature, artifact, or land, and then animate it if it's not a creature.
All right, I feel good about that. My little quick hit tour through the color pie ended up being an hour, but that's cool. You had a couple ideas too. We want to try to hit up those.
Yeah, just my thought. We had in the story we had Ral Zarek from one guild go to another guild, right? From Izzet to Orzhov.
Okay.
So my brain went from, well, what if we took other characters from other places or with other associations and shifted them into an adjacent association from their same plane. So, what if Arlen Khord wasn't turned into a werewolf, but turned into, an infectious zombie?
Okay.
So that'd be taking her from green primary, red secondary to black primary, blue secondary.
Okay. Arlen Discord.
Arlen Discord. Arlen Khord, spelt Kord, no relation.
Arlen Spinal Cord.
Her War of the Spark Planeswalker.
Pumps out wolves.
Pumps out wolves and buffs wolves as they ETB.
Okay.
So that would be a very, very simple one to just replace the word wolf on that card with the word zombie.
You're like, all right, on my 30th fractured planeswalker, let's get out of here. Just change the words.
Or
I love it.
If you wanted to go a little deeper, change the counter type from wolf or from +1/+1 counters for wolves to finality counters for your opponent's creatures.
Okay. Ooh, like curse them on the way in. All right.
Yeah. And then maybe have some way to like create your token based on one of the creatures that was in exile. That had been exiled with a finality counter. Or from the finality counters. Something relating to those. Like, maybe you have an ability that lets you do something. Maybe you can kill the creatures with finality counters on them in some way.
If we had to have like a flip, because if we had to have transformation, what is she transforming between? Is she going from alive and dead?
That could be a thing. The other thought would be like she build like she's one of the she's not a zombie herself, but like Gisa and Geralf, she builds zombies on her. So the flip would be like she's in like a flesh mech. Of zombies. Right.
Very sick. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Zombie Arlen Khord. I think a zombie somebody has to happen. Like someone has to become a necromancer. Yeah.
The other main factions on Innistrad would be Spirit and Vampire. And we've already seen a Vampire Planeswalker. We haven't seen a Spirit Planeswalker. Actually, no, sorry, Kaya. Kaya's our Ghost Spirit Planeswalker. So we've already had those ones. We haven't had a zombie. We've had Planeswalkers that do things with zombies with Liliana, but not a zombie Planeswalker.
Kaya is spirity, but she like kills ghosts, doesn't she?
She's a ghost hunter, but she also has like the ability to go intangible. And a lot of her cards let you reanimate things that, or like kill things and make spirit copies on a couple of her cards. So it's like, eh.
Fair enough.
Yeah. The next one in that same space would be Archangel Elspeth to Archdemon Elspeth.
Oh, okay.
The very, very like up in your face flip from the last big event.
I like it.
Elspeth came from New Capenna or Old Capenna. So the two big factions there, angels and demons. What if instead of being born of an angel in some way, shape, or form that let her come back, she was born of a demon in some way, shape, or form, and she came back still to save the multiverse, but as a demon.
Okay. I like that. So a lot of Elspeth stuff I think of as pumping out 1/1s.
Yep.
How do we do that?
Little thrall style tokens or like devil tokens.
Yeah, almost all the Elspeth cards make a little guy.
A 1/1 1 or 2 1/1 soldiers.
Yeah.
1, 2, or 3 1/1 soldiers. Yeah, Sun's Champion is a
Sun's Champion.
Iconic one.
Sun's Champion was the bane of our friends. We were at like a win-a-box event, and all three, me and two of my friends, were on the top table, all 4-0. We had a chance to all win a box, which would be sick as hell.
Yeah.
And then I won my game, or one of our friends won her game. I won my game. And then we're watching the third play out, and he got Elspeth multiple games. I was like, no. Oh, we only went 14-1 and not 15-0 as a team.
Oh.
So I'll always remember Sun's Champion as stopping our moment of glory.
The Wrath could definitely be there. That is very...
Yeah, destroy all creatures with
black.
blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
The Pump Emblem, I can see less. It's definitely doable in black, but feels less appropriate. Well, Archangel Elspeth has a reanimate, so I can see a big reanimate. And I don't know if there's a good replacement for the tokens. Maybe...
Yeah, I'm struggling with that too.
A little bit risky. Maybe a little bit riskier token. Maybe a token that hurts you when it dies.
Yeah, I was trying to think could you do like a hunted sort of situation where you're giving away tokens, but your minuses are so insane that you're willing to do that. Like a plus
3. Give them 2 tokens.
Yeah.
And if you have a board wipe that, if you could board wipe later on, maybe it's worth it.
Yeah. For some reason you need to, I'm thinking like Blasphemous Act, where it's like cheaper the more creatures are. It's like an expensive board wipe, but it's cheaper for each creature on the battlefield. If there's something about like, I need there to be like Hex or something, I need there to be enough targets such that I can just wipe them all away in one swoop.
Destroy all creatures with power X or less, where X is the number of creatures they control.
Exactly, yeah. Something like that, or like Massacre Worm, where they're getting penalized for having so many creatures in play.
Yeah. I could see a static, like a Massacre Worm style static on here. Whenever the creature your opponent controls dies, they lose 2 life. Like, you've made a deal with me. I'm going to give you, 2 1/1s, but when I kill them, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
She gets a little bit of that demon energy.
Alrighty. You got any other ones?
And the last one I had gets us back to Kaito.
Okay.
What if Kaito, primary blue, secondary black as a ninja, was instead a samurai?
I kind of like this approach that you had of like, how do we flip the archetype of the character, like the character class almost in like D&D terms? I think that's smart.
This was the one I thought the least about.
Fair enough.
Because my brain went on a tangent of, oh, wait, what if Kaito was the Wanderer? And also Sam, and then I was like, then I just got lost in, wait, no, that's just That's just the Wanderer.
Hmm.
Um,
What if the Wanderer was a buzz cut dude instead
what
of
if the
a
Wanderer
long haired
was
lady?
a guy with a buzz cut? Yeah. Looking more at the way Kaito has very much been the ninja planeswalker.
And the cards have been successful. People have been
And
playing with
yeah,
them.
it's been some solid cards, but his first appearance he phased out and
Yeah.
made ninjas that can't be blocked. I don't know, what way he would how he would change if he was a samurai.
I guess you could phase something else out, and that would be pretty iconic to Kaito phase a friend out or something. I don't know.
A 1/1, yeah, Kaito with flash maybe that phased a friend out on ETB.
Oh, okay. Yeah. His plus almost works. Draw a card, then discard a card if you
Unless you attacked.
unless
Yeah.
you attacked. Yeah.
Maybe if it was
You
attacked
get something
alone,
real close to that, yeah.
that's the samurai ability from Neo.
Could
Is
either red or
exalted.
white just straight up draw a card on a planeswalker. I don't
Yeah.
know if we've seen that, but you can get close.
You can definitely impulse draw a card
Yeah,
in red.
100%. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure white can at least you and an opponent draw a card.
I guess red, if you say like draw a card, then discard a card. Draw an additional card if you attacked with blah 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 blah. That would be red enough.
Maybe each player draws a card, discard, and then unless you attacked.
Unless they attack, you put your person, you put your opponent in a situation where they can never, like, then they discard a card unless they attack this turn. And of course, since it's your turn, they will have definitely not attacked.
maybe each player draws a card. Your opponent discards a card if they attack Kaito during your next turn.
Yeah, something like that. I guess the minus here, minus to make a 1/1 that can't be blocked. How about minus to make a 2/2 that must be blocked?
Must be blocked.
For a little samurai that has to get blocked. All right. And then I don't know if I've ever seen this ultimate happen.
I could even see, if we wanted to keep with the samurai exalted thing.
Yeah.
A 1/1 with exalted.
With exalted, yeah, that'd be exciting.
Yeah. That still gets it adds 1 damage to each turn to whatever your swing is.
A 1/1 exalted token does feel like a legit card or a legit token. So
yeah.
A little worse at blocking, but this guy's less about blocking. He's all about offense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So real 2, then draw a card for each. I feel like the Kaito, the Dustborn one was just like a slightly above rate card, and also happens to have the text on it. You get an emblem with ninjas you control get +1/+1, which simply added $10 to its price because there are many ninjas EDH decks.
He was also just kind of a decent 3/4 ninjutsu creature.
Yeah, he's like been played as standard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. But he's worth $20, maybe not just because of standard, is what I'm alleging.
Yeah. I mean, the -2 is a pretty solid tap down.
Tap target creature, put 2 stun counters on it. Yeah, like planeswalkers that have no ultimate that just have 3 abilities or even 4 abilities, sort of in Kaito's case, are just naturally going to be good.
Yeah.
The ultimates are a dead weight, dragging your card text down.
But they're so fun to dream about.
All right. Last time I asked someone to make a website, they did. So I'm going to ask it again. How about a quiz where you see how many Planeswalker ultimates you can mash to the character? You blank out the ultimate on the card. I don't think I could beat 50-50. I don't think if you gave me like Ren and Realmbreaker and like her ultimate was blanked out. And you gave me like 5 green ultimates. I don't think I could match them up. I think this quiz would destroy me. And I've read a lot of Magic cards.
Oh.
Do people feel like they know Planeswalker ultimates? I just don't commit them to memory.
All right, I haven't looked it up yet, I think Ren and Realm Breaker's ultimate.
All right, I'm looking at it right now.
Does it untap all your lands and give you an emblem that doubles mana?
Is that your final answer?
Think so.
It is an emblem. Otherwise, you're totally wrong.
It is. It is from the graveyard. It is the graveyard one.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't believe that that's what Red and Realm Breaker's emblem does.
Yeah, I could.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you gotta block out the whole text box.
Yeah, that's true, because the size of
size.
the ultimate, would mess you up.
Oh, there's two heights for Planeswalker text boxes.
Or even better, you have like four ultimates, and then one it doesn't have an ultimate. So now you're testing. Do you even know whether or not it has an ultimate?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I feel like I've sort of scoped out how this process could work. Of like, you need to isolate some recognizable things about a card in order to properly parody it, or not parody it, but fracture it, I guess.
Yeah.
And doing so for some characters is actually pretty reasonable, and for other characters is kind of impossible, where you're just kind of stuck doing generic effects for that color, and that kind of stinks. Yeah. I don't know if this is what we're actually going to see in Reality Fracture, the set in 6 months, but if they are doing that, now I'm curious what it's going to turn out like, because it was an interesting process.
What non-reality fracturing or planeswalker fracturing parts do you think you'd be excited for seeing in Reality Fracture? Do you have any theories?
So you want me to like chaos it up, but not planeswalkers, outside of planeswalkers?
Yeah, outside of what we've just talked about.
Okay. Maybe kind of like any other crossover set. You're just seeing stuff from a million different planes, or maybe. All right, I got a narrowing pitch. I'm going to narrow it down. It's all things that are on Ravnica. So we just twisted all 10 of the guilds in some cool way. We either just keep the same colors, but they have a different spirit, or we like move one color around on each guild. So Celestia keeps green, but gains red or whatever. I don't know.
Green, red. Maybe we flip them to their enemy colors.
Yeah, pick one of their enemy pairs. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so instead of going, green, red, because then that would just be... Oh, wait, no, because they're not all ally. That's right. You gotta flip the ally and the enemies. Selesnya becomes Simic, and Simic becomes Gruul, and Gruul becomes Golgari, and Golgari becomes Selesnya.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Give me Twisted Ravnica. Because I think I have slight just like, and everybody's here fatigue for Magic of just, War of the Spark, Battle, March of the Machine.
War of the Spark, One, Mom, Thunder Junction.
Yeah. Everybody's here, yeah. So give me, just like narrow it back down. Give me just Ravnica, and then just like, here's our backdoor Ravnica set that also has some sick stuff going on.
Maybe this is finally when we get our Vryn set. Backdoor Vryn set.
All right. Feels like we get some Vryn time if it's Jace, so.
Yeah, right? We had some nice little story beats in the Thunder Junction epilogue that were set on Vryn. I want to see Jace's mom again. Give Jace's mom a card. That's what I want out of Reality Fracture.
Blah, 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 comma, Jace's mom. It's another white card that taps to give protection to something.
it totally would, because she's a healer. Canonically, she is a healer. She's the one who saved or healed Jason Vraska from their Phyrexianized bodies.
All right, yeah. I think if people have ideas for other planeswalkers we missed, or they have a pitch for what Reality Fracture would be, even though knowing that card's already that set's already committed to paper by now, probably. What could Reality Fracture be to give us a different twist on Everybody's All Here? But the other thing we always like to remind people about on the Discord is our design challenge for the month. we're going to see if people manage to recruit enough new listeners in order to force us to do 3 review episodes next month. I think we'd need 33 submissions, so we would need some new members of the Discord to hit that number. But that challenge is going to be another Juliet banger. This one is Year of the Horse. Design a legendary card with saddle. Doesn't have to be a horse. Can be a horse. We'll probably see some horses. Have you gotten your card in yet? I don't know if I've checked up on.
I have, I believe, as of yesterday at 3:04 p.m.
Okay.
Posted my tentatively final version of my card.
Excellent. I love it. What kind of goes into making a legendary saddle creature in your mind? What were some of the things you went through?
Mostly, what would be a fun way to play with the saddle number, which I ended up not doing at all. It's just a very straightforward part. Then, well, what things can tie into being a mount? The big thing about being mounted is sometimes if you're a legendary horse, you probably have a legendary rider. So that's something maybe to think about.
All right. Well, if people need more inspiration, you have some bonus points like we usually do. There's no actual score being kept unless someone's out there with a wiki that I don't know about. But you can shoot for these bonus points to impress us or to impress everybody else that looks at your cool card. Casimir Pulaski Day is or cares about knights. So it could be a saddleable knight if you wanted to, or it could, say, hey, whenever I'm saddled by a knight or whatever else. And then the other bonus points name is all men have their appointed time. That's something no horse can change. That's the name of the bonus point. An effect that lasts indefinitely. Target creature gets +2/+2.
Good old Delu horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Tezzeret.
Oh, yeah. Turning artifacts into artifact creatures indefinitely. Love that.
He's done it before.
Yeah. It'll be due end of March 27th to be specific. And that's about it for our podcast for the week. Hop on the Discord. Come talk to all of us. I'm sure we're not that far away from another preview season where I'm sure people will be talking nonstop. But the Discord's actually been popping lately. Like, there's been a ton of conversations, both in just like our regular chat channels and in the Design Challenge channel. People are really talking through stuff. We don't really have any events going on right now, but it's just, people hanging out and having a great time. Talking Magic. A lot of new people, so if you're a new person, get in there and make a name for yourself. Anything you want to tell people about?
Yeah.
Go.
It's been a while since I've done anything interesting and had things to talk about on here.
All right.
But as of less than a week ago, you can buy me in marketable plushie form.
Okay.
I have worked with a manufacturer to create a bunch of marketable plushies of my character. Tied in with my music.
Is marketable plushie like a thing? Sorry, I'm kind of uneducated here.
Oh, it's like a meme. Like, don't turn me into a marketable plushie. Is like a meme. So I have in fact been turned into a marketable plushie.
Oh, you've suffered a fate worse than death.
Yes, I've suffered a fate worse than death, sleeping under a hammock of 30 plushies that will at some point in the night fall down and suffocate me.
Rip. It was nice knowing you. Salute.
It was nice knowing me.
So this is something people can actually buy? I can't tell if this is a bit or not.
No, this is a thing people can actually buy.
Okay.
There is not a storefront, but if you are interested, feel free to contact me. The money is going to me getting a new computer.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm still, even though you said it's not a bit, I'm still not totally confident. So I think we're gonna have to see some photo evidence at some point just to figure this out.
Go check the spam and whatnot channel from before the Ral Zarek story.
Oh, okay. It got buried.
Yeah. There's a couple of the top 9s were a fun thing that people talked about, and there we go. 3 on the 4th.
Oh, it's kind of like gray.
There you go.
Gray guys with like a leaf on their head. It looks like.
It's funny. That's the second time I've heard the leaf. It's hair.
Oh, it's just.
But it is kind of leaf shape. Yeah.
Okay. So you have like 20 of these, and you need someone to buy one of them.
I've made 50. I've sold
Oh,
about 10 so far
oh,
in the week. So
hell yeah! Alrighty, well, we'll try to figure out how to purchase one of those. And yeah, that's on the Discord is probably the best place for people to contact you. We got your link tree in the show notes.
yeah,
I'm
the
sure
link
about
tree.
that.
I
Music
have
and
not yet
such.
updated the link tree with purchase info, but
Oh,
it
okay.
probably should
That's
be
okay. Hmm.
updated this before the episode comes out.
All right. Yeah, you got 8 days to do so, I guess.
Yeah. Oh no, spoilers as to when we recorded it.
Well, I did say it was like the day after a Ral Zarek story came out, so
That is true.
the
That is
internet
true.
sleuths have already updated the wiki with actual recording date. Anyhow, yeah, if you want to find me on Discord as well, Tim F. Riley there, easy to find. And then most of all, everyone, thank you for listening.